Hi friends, today we are going to discuss about the fixed income securities. It may be the second class for the fixed income security introductions. So, what do you mean by a fixed income security? The money which we invested in an asset which give a periodical return is called fixed income security. It may give a coupon rate or it may give a principal amount after the maturity period. Then, what are the terms which is associated with the fixed income securities? There are four main terms which is associated with the fixed income securities. The first one is the issuers. The issuer is the person who issued the bond to raise a fund for the company or the institutions. It may be central government or it may be a public company or it may be in a public sector units. The person who issued the bond is called issuers. The next thing is principals. The principal means the amount of the security or it may be the face value of the security. Then coupon. Coupon means the interest rate which carried by the bond. The next one is the maturity. The maturity means the maturity date of the bond. Then next we are going to discuss about the participants in the debt markets. The first one is central government. The central government issue bond to raise a fund for the developments or maybe physical deficit. In order to balance the physical deficit or compensate the physical deficit, the government will issue the bond to raise fund from the public. The next one is the Reserve Bank of India. The playing as an investment bank to provide a platform for the central government or state government to market their securities. So this RBI is creating the bond for the central government or state governments. Okay, the next one is the primary dealers. The primary dealer who were appointed by the RBI in order to create a platform for sale or purchase of the state or central government bonds. The next one is the state government, municipalities and local bodies. All these institutions can raise fund from the public through issuing a bond. Then public sector units. There are, for example, KSCB. KSCB just like in a public sector unit or it's a company, they can issue the bond in order to raise fund for the development of the projects. Then corporate treasuries. These corporate treasury can also issue the bonds in order to attain more fund from the publics. The public sector's financial institutions have regular access to debt market for funding their financial requirements. Maybe it's for the capital or long term, or maybe it's for the working capital or whatever. They can also enter for the debt market in order to attain or in order to procure more fund from the public. Then the bank. The bank has crucial role of the debt markets. They have to meet the statutory requirement for the bank to hold a certain amount of money should be kept in the government approved bonds. So they have to keep their money in certain amounts in the government approved bond in order to meet the statutory requirements of the banks. Usually the bank have the two statutory requirements, SLR and CRR. In order to meet these statutory requirement, they have to be in a party, they have to be a participant in the bond markets. Then it's mutual funds. These mutual funds have a greater role in the bond markets where they have to reduce the volatility of the investment portfolio. The portfolio manager will invest the money in the government security in order to reduce the risk of the investment portfolios. So simply, the government securities have very less risk and there is a frequently and fixed return from the securities. So it may be a best choice for a mutual fund manager to choose the bond market as a best option for the investments. The next one is the foreign institutional investors. Foreign institutional investors are permitted to invest their money in the government securities. Who is the foreign institutional investors? They are the foreigners who want to invest their money in the Indian domestic markets. It may be the foreign institution banks or any foreign institutional stock broking companies, whatever. They are pulling the money from the foreign places, and those money will be invested in India. The next one is provident fund. The provident fund is where the employees who are investing their money or saving their money in a provident fund scheme, and that scheme will invest those amount into the bond market in order to get more returns and to reduce the risk for holding the monies. The next one is charitable trust. The charitable trust also invest their monies in the bond market in order to attain a decent and regular income for their activities.